Number 1, read each definition carefully, then drag and drop the literary term that matches. This is for all of them. So the sign is a person or animal in a story, language that helps the reader see, hear, feel, smell, and taste the things described in a story. Your choices are character and imagery. Number 2, a particular attitude or way of considering a matter. And then the next one is important. Your choices are point of view, relevant. Number 3, the problem in the story, a story about an incident. Your choices are narrative and conflict. Number 4, the arrangement of things that follow one after the other in time order. The statement that summarizes the main idea of the passage. Your choices are chronological order, thesis statement. Number 5, all of the action which follows the climax, the part of the plot that leads up to the climax, increasing reader interest. Your choices are rising action, falling action. Number 6, a short, simple tale that teaches a moral and often uses animal characters. Stories that are invented by the writer. Your choices are fiction, fable. Number 7, the main idea of a story, the moral or lesson that is being taught. The emotional quality of a story or poem. Your choices are theme, mood. Number 8, foreshadowing, flashback, synonyms. Your choices are words that have similar meanings, an interruption in the time order of the story, or when the author gives clues as to what will happen later in the story. 9, a figure of speech using like or as to compare two things. A figure of speech that compares two things without using like or as. Simile, metaphor. Number 10, historical fiction, mystery, poetry. Writing that is arranged in lines and stanzas, usually has a rhyme pattern. Stories about solving crimes and unraveling secrets. Fiction that takes place in the past. Those are your choices. 11, idioms, inference. Choices are a figure of speech whose meaning cannot be understood and might even appear ridiculous, to make a judgment or draw a conclusion. Number 12, talking between characters in a story. When and where a story takes place. Your choices are a setting, dialogue. 13, the author's way of explaining the people in the story. The intention of the writer, to entertain, inform, or persuade. Characterization, author's purpose. 14, the point of greatest interest in the story. The sequence of events in the story. Climax, plot. 15, the examples or ideas that explain the main idea. The most important idea in the story. So you have main idea, central idea, or supporting details. 16, the start of the story, the way things are before the action starts. The solution to the conflict in a story. Your choices are exposition, resolution. 17, a traditional story passed down orally long before it was written down. This includes animal stories, trickster tales, fairy tales, myth legends, and tall tales. A type of drama that is humorous and has a happy ending. Choices are folktale, comedy. 18, stories that are made up but could really happen. Writing based on facts. Nonfiction, realistic fiction. 19, the main character involved in the plot, usually the hero. The author's attitude toward the subject, the character that opposes the protagonist. Antagonist, protagonist, tone. 20, antonyms, personification. Words that have opposite meanings, giving a human characteristic to an animal or non-living thing. 21, an exaggeration, words that imitate sounds. The repeating of the same beginning sounds. Alliteration, hyperbole, onomatopoeia. 22, drama, science fiction. Fiction that is blended with scientific facts. Writing that is performed for an audience. 23, sequential order, sidebars. Following in sequence time order or a short news story or graphic accompanying a major story. 24, symbolism, text features. Parts of a book include